This is the Week in Review, episode 239. Survivor Series is today. I am so freaking excited. I am going to Survivor Series. I went to the episode of Smackdown that I'm talking about in this video, so I had a first-hand look at everything that happened at Smackdown. As far as Monday Night Raw, I did not go to Raw, but we're going to be talking about Raw. We're going to be talking about Smackdown in this video. And of course, stay tuned for a Survivor Series action figure setup review video. I am going to be reviewing Survivor Series because I'm freaking going to it. Even if I was just watching it at home, I'd still review it on the channel, so stay tuned for that video. We opened up the show with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, we were expecting an explanation from him on why he had turned heel last week. Did he join the Judgment Day? Why did he take out Jay? Why did he screw Cody and Jay out of the titles? And he gave us a reason. He doesn't like Jey Uso. He didn't join the Judgment Day. He doesn't want to join the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley gave him something nobody else could. Jey Uso inside of a steel cage at War Games, and Drew McIntyre couldn't pass up that opportunity. He's joining the Judgment Day for one night only to take out Jey Uso. It gets interrupted by the Judgment Day. And of course, Cody Rhodes' face team, I like to call them. They all come out, and it looks like it's going to be another just all-out brawl. Pierce comes out, brings the security, and says, if anybody touches each other, you give up the advantage at War Games. Nobody throws punches now. And then Pierce said, we'll have a main event match. You guys choose the opponent. It'll be one-on-one. That's how we'll choose the advantage at War Games, that was the main event. And then he also told Cody Rhodes' team, you guys need to find a fifth member by the end of the night. So I will be talking about that fifth member at the end of the Raw part of the video. But as far as Drew's promo, I did pleasantly enjoy it. It made sense. Raquel Rodriguez looked to test her luck up against the irresistible force Nia Jax in one-on-one action, and she came up a little bit short because Nia Jax absolutely squashed her while Raquel Rodriguez looked for a powerbomb in the corner. She came down with a bonsai drop and then did another one in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax picks up the victory. Not bad, giving Nia Jax a little momentum. I feel like Raquel could have used it more, but hey, who cares? Ludwig Kaiser had a matchup against Johnny Gargano, and I thought for sure this was going to go how it's been going. DIY take the L, but it didn't happen. Giovanni Vinci came out mid-match, and he sort of distracted Ludwig Kaiser. I don't know if that was the intention of Giovanni Vinci, but he sort of distracted him, and that allowed Gargano to take advantage, hit that DDT over the top rope to Ludwig Kaiser, and pick up the victory over Ludwig. Gunther wasn't too happy with Ludwig Kaiser after this, but he still is chilling with Gio. I'm like, what the heck's going on with that? But hey, I guess it was pretty cool to see Gargano get a win, because DIY, they do not win too often. So yeah, it's cool to see them get a win, I guess. It was a fatal four-way women's tag team title #1 contenders match. Tegan Nox and Natalya versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, and my favorite team of them all, Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile, who deserved the victory. Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree, they worked so well together. Of course, it's sort of like the Alpha Academy and Creed Brothers little relationship that they have going on. Bro, why did they not win? They were so over in this match. They gave the dub to Natalya and Tegan Nox. I'm like, what? I don't know. This just didn't really make sense to me. Maxine and Ivy looked so good. But I guess Natalya and Nox, they're going to be getting the tag team title match up against Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And honestly, I could care less. I hope Chelsea Green and Piper Niven keep the titles because I do not want to see the tag team titles on these two. Lynch looked to get a little revenge on Xia Li for screwing out of the #1 contenders match for the women's championship for that battle royal when she went one-on-one with her. Xia Li, Becky Lynch, not a bad match at all. Xia Li, definitely her best match on the main roster, no doubt about that. It was nothing special though. I mean, Becky Lynch, she was able to take the dub with the manhandle slam. She dropped Xia Li 1, 2, 3, and then it's what happened after the match what really had me going. Damage Control was walking through the crowd, and they looked to do a 5-on-1 beatdown on Becky Lynch. Then here comes Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi. They run down to help out Becky Lynch because, of course, this is the War Games match because they announced Becky Lynch as their 4th member. So they even up the odds, and then they brawl, and then they sort of have a face-to-face, which is awesome, and this is just getting me more and more excited for the women's War Games match. This team is freaking insane, bro. Look at this. I'm just imagining an insane elbow off the top rope. I'm just imagining a freaking moonsault from Charlotte off the cage, and just this match, there's so many possibilities, and I'm so excited to watch it in person. Favorite moment of the night, easily, besides Cody Rhodes' announcement, it was Miz and Gunther cutting a promo together, of course, before their match at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther was basically just toying with the Miz, calling him a weirdo, calling him a weird kid that was bullied as a kid for liking superstars like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and WWE in general. And I was like, bro, how dare you do the Miz and us wrestling fans like like that, Gunther. Are you serious right now? But Miz put him in his place. Gunther was pushing him around. Miz hit a low blow, but a very technical low blow with like a back kick. And then he hit the skull crushing finale, said he had massive balls, and he took out Gunther, and he's going into his match with a little momentum. But is that good? Not at all. This definitely solidifies that Miz is going to lose at Survivor Series, which is really unfortunate. But I'm still looking forward to the match, and I feel like this storyline between Gunther and The Miz has been very, very well put together. I do like this a lot. And yeah, to see Miz take out Gunther, bro, that was awesome. Shinsuke Nakamura fought the third member of Alpha Academy, that being the captain, Chad Gable. He took out Akira Tozawa 2 weeks ago. He took out Otis last week, and now he looks to take out Chad Gable, and he did it. It took 3 weeks to take down Alpha Academy. Every single member, one-on-one, and it's been so boring. Nakamura just wins, bro. He just pinned Gable. Like, it was just a pinning combination. He didn't even hit a Kinshasa kick. It was just a pinning combination. I'm like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, Nakamura takes him out. I hope Nakamura gets taken out by CM Punk at Survivor Series. That's the current rumor going around. I hope Punk's just at Survivor Series in general. I know that's a stretch. That really is a stretch. I'm not expecting a CM Punk return at Survivor Series. That's why I didn't talk about it in my prediction video, but I would freaking love it if it did happen, obviously. But I feel like it would take away from the Randy Orton return. I just don't feel like it's happening, but that's just my personal opinion. That's why I didn't talk about it in the prediction video. But you never know. You never freaking know. But to see Chad Gable lose here, it was just really demotivating for Alpha Academy. Like, literally every single one of their members lost to Shinsuke Nakamura. It's like, come on, man. That's just so annoying. That was our main event of the show. It was Drew McIntyre going up against Jey Uso, and I was not fond of this match. Drew McIntyre wins with a Future Shock DDT. He didn't even have to hit the Claymore to take out main event Jey Uso. I was like, what? So this was kind of annoying to me. After the match, the Judgment Day comes out. They start beating up on Jey Uso. It's like a 5-6-on-1 attack on Jey Uso because Rhea was out there as well. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Here we go again. And then here comes Cody Rhodes' team. They all run down, and then they fend off the Judgment Day with steel chairs. And then Cody Rhodes grabs a microphone and announces the 5th member. He never even said the name Randy Orton. He said a guy of our legacy with an apex predator. We are prey. And he never even said Randy Orton. So Randy Orton returns, I guess? Like, this, I felt so bad for this crowd. Like, this crowd was like, Randy, where are you? Randy, where are you? Like, and he never came out. I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for this crowd. But yeah, Cody Rhodes announced that Randy Orton's going to return, and he kind of spoiled that. So that has me minorly thinking that Punk could still return, because they announced the Randy return already to, you know, sort of lower the hype just a little bit, so it doesn't take away from the Punk return. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm excited. Randy Orton's the 5th member of the FaZe team. So now we have Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes going up against the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre. I'm really excited for it. Solid way to end the show. As far as this Raw in a whole, I thought this Raw was really mid. I was not a fan of this Monday Night Raw at all. I was really bored watching throughout the entire thing. And this was the go-home show to Survivor Series. Like, I thought for sure this Raw was going to be kick butt, but it was really mid. I give it a 2 out of 5. Not even a 2.5. A 2 out of 5. I thought it was a really mid episode of Raw. Friday Night Smackdown from Chicago, Illinois. I was freaking there. As far as this episode of Smackdown in person, it was a pretty good show. As far as it on television, you guys be the judge for that. As far as the show in person, I thought it was really freaking fun. Favorite match of the night, easily the LA Knight Kevin Owens tag match. I'm going to talk about everything just like a normal week in review style. But as far as watching on TV, what did you guys think? Was it a boring show on television? Was it a good show on television? Let me know. As far as it in person, it was banging. We opened up the show with Becky Lynch and the rest of her team for War Games. They get interrupted by Bayley, and Bayley comes out and tries to stir the pot between mainly Becky Lynch and Charlotte, who have had a troubled past in the past, of course. So she starts bringing up little things that they've said about each other, just trying to form cracks in the team of Becky Lynch's team. You know, some damage control goes into War Games a little stronger. And then a challenge was set out for a tag team match with Bayley and Asuka versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte. That happened in the main event, and I will talk about it in a bit here. Kind of a boring way to open up the show, not gonna lie. We jumped right into our undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. Of course, we had the number one contenders, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, with no Bobby Lashley on ringside. I found that very, very odd that Bobby Lashley was not there. He's been accompanying them to the ring for all their matches, and he doesn't show up for the World Heavyweight Championship match. But anyways, they faced the Judgment Day, the current champs, and they did come up a little bit short. You did have Rhea Ripley on ringside, causing a lot of distractions for Dawkins and Ford. Dawkins and Ford were playing this match as faces, and I swear they're heels. Like, it was weird. They were being treated as faces in this match. In the end, little South of Heaven by Priest, coup de grace by Finn Balor to pick up the victory and retain their undisputed tag team titles. Looking good going into War Games at Survivor Series. Where's Bobby Lashley? It was the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Pete Dunne, Butch going up against Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy. And Ridge Holland abandoned Butch. You could tell during their entrance that Ridge Holland wasn't having it. He walked right past Butch. He didn't do any hyping up of the crowd like he normally does with Butch. And as the match went on, Ridge Holland just sort of walked away. And then Butch almost had Pretty Deadly. He really did. Butch almost put away Pretty Deadly in 2-on-1 action. But he came up a little bit short. Pretty Deadly were able to roll him up, little backslide action, and they were able to put away Butch. But obviously the reason Ridge is mad is because Butch kicked him in the chest that one match. I think it was last week. It was an incidental contact. It wasn't even intentional by Butch. Sheamus needs to return and set his boys straight so they could beat Pretty Deadly in a rematch. For real. Carlito came out and gave Santos Escobar a piece of his mind in Spanish, and then he gets interrupted by Santos Escobar, who comes out, and Santos just starts bashing Carlito, saying how he's not even repping the LWO colors. He doesn't even respect Rey Mysterio like he did, and then it ends in an all-out brawl as you would expect, and then it sort of gets broken up by officials and referees, and then Santos Escobar runs back, jumps the barricade, and Carlito's standing right here, and he knees him right in the back of his freaking neck, injures Carlito. Carlito is unable to compete at Survivor Series, so who's going to face Santos Escobar? It is going to be Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee stepped up to the plate. He stepped up to Nick Aldis, and he said, I will face Santos Escobar at Survivor Series. And honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to that match more than I was as Carlito versus Santos Escobar. Dragon Lee, bro, is a beast, and I'm very excited for this. As I said in the beginning of the Smackdown part, yes, favorite match of the night. Yeah, it was LA Knight and Kevin Owens going against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Before this match, we had an episode of the Grayson Waller Effect, and Austin Owens came out, I should say. Kevin Owens came out. Austin Theory was dressed up as Kevin Owens, just like Kevin Owens did to my Monday Night Raw when he came out as Stone Cold Steve Austin. How does it feel, KO, to have somebody impersonate you? Kevin Owens kind of turned it around on Theory, saying, I've never looked better, because Theory's jacked and Kevin Owens isn't the most jacked person. So he's like, I've never looked better. So it sort of backfired on Theory, ended in a brawl. A lot of yas later, we got the BFT from LA Knight to Austin Theory. 1, 2, 3 picks up the victory. And of course, Kevin Owens did deliver a stunner to Grayson Waller. And Austin Theory really sent this BFT. He literally landed on his head. It was freaking awesome. Yas all over the place. My God, being in the crowd for this match was so awesome. And to see LA Knight get the pinfall, freaking fire stuff right here. Great match. Our main event of the show was Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Could they put their differences aside to tag for this night and Survivor Series coming up against Bayley and Asuka? This match was kind of boring, I'm not going to lie, for the main event. I mean, we saw a really cool moonsault from Charlotte off the top rope near the beginning of the match, but in the end, it sort of ended with controversy after Charlotte speared, I think it was Bayley, and then it interrupted the pinfall that Becky Lynch was about to win, and then Becky was not happy, and Becky gets rolled up, and then it sort of was an easy victory for Damage Control, and I'm like, no, what the heck? So Charlotte and Becky have beef going into War Games. Shotzi was trying to even it up, cool them down, but it wasn't really working. They were definitely heated at each other, and I guess I'm fine with it, creating a little controversy, getting me thinking before War Games, and I cannot wait to go to War Games. My God, it's going to be so awesome. There were 2 dark matches after this episode of SmackDown that WWE does not want you to know about, so I'm going to expose them. Rhea Ripley went one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez for the Women's Championship, and Rhea Ripley ended up winning, of course, because she's still the champion. And then after that match, JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio faced off against Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in tag team action, and as you would expect, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins did win that match. So there's your guys' little dark match, little preview if you guys were not there at this episode of SmackDown. You guys let me know what you guys thought about SmackDown down in the comments down below. This week, my opinion, I'm going to give SmackDown a solid 3 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty solid show. As far as like the experience, 5 out of 5, obviously. But as far as like the show in a whole, how it was put together, 3 out of 5, no doubt about that. You guys let me know your ranking down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Bretto Live, signing out. Are you ready for War Games?